Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is Thursday, and honestly, I am running on fumes and way too much iced coffee today. But we have to talk about what is going down in Salem right now because things are just absolutely spiraling out of control. I mean, my head is spinning. Let's just dive right into the Thursday, June 18 episode of Days of Our Lives because, wow, just wow. So, let's start with the heavy stuff first. Today is Juneteenth in Salem, and for Abe and Paulina, this is supposed to be their anniversary. A day of joy, a day of celebrating their wedding and their love and everything they built together. But instead, it is just a massive, crushing reminder of what Paulina has lost. And it honestly breaks my heart. I know Paulina can be a lot. She's loud, she's bossy, she's always up in everyone's business, but seeing her like this, stripped down, vulnerable, and just stepping aside so Abe can be with Lexie, it's devastating. She literally handed her husband back to his resurrected dead wife because she loves him that much. Who does that? That takes so much strength. But you can see the pain in her eyes. Every time she looks at Abe, she remembers their wedding day, the joy, the promises. And now she's just on the outside looking in. And Abe is struggling too. He loves Paulina. He really does. But Lexie is the love of his life, the mother of his son. How do you choose between the present and a past that literally just walked out of a secret DiMera tunnel? You can't. It's an impossible situation. They are both just drowning in these complex feelings, reflecting on the happiness they felt back then, while dealing with the sadness that they are no longer a couple. And speaking of Lexie, what a complete nightmare this resurrection storyline is turning into. Dr. Wilhelm Rolf, who I am so sick of seeing with his creepy little vials and his mad scientist routine, actually has a positive report for EJ today. He tells EJ that Lexie's relapse has been stopped. For now being the operative phrase here. Let's be real. We all know how this goes. The Versavix drug is failing. We saw the lab rat die. We know Lexie has been having these horrible neurological symptoms, collapsing, getting dizzy. EJ's just playing God, and he is so arrogant that he thinks he can outsmart death. He's standing there in the lab, probably wearing one of his expensive suits, looking all smug because Rolf gave him a Band-Aid solution. But it's not going to last. The curveballs are coming. We know from the spoilers that Lexie's going to get worse, she's going to end up hospitalized, and Abe is going to absolutely lose his mind on EJ. And honestly, EJ deserves it. He brought her back for his own selfish reasons, to prove a point, to play Stefano, and now he's torturing his own sister and her family with false hope. It makes me so mad. And while EJ's dealing with this, he's also still completely obsessed with Kat Green, trying to use Wuthering Heights to trigger her memories from Italy. The man has a million things going on, and his sister trying to murder his son is just going to be the absolute breaking point for him. Which brings me to Kristen. Kristen. What were they thinking with this storyline? Kristen is supposed to be this master manipulator, this brilliant, cunning villain. But lately, she is just making the dumbest mistakes. So, today, she goes to warn Johnny about something. Maybe she's trying to play the concerned aunt, I don't know. But she slips up, she says something she shouldn't, and you can just see the gears turning in Johnny's head. He suddenly realizes that Kristen is the one who hired Sophia Choi to come after him. Yes, Sophia! The same Sophia who sprayed him with mace, tied him up in his own apartment, and literally lit a match to burn him alive. Johnny realizes his own aunt orchestrated this whole thing just to get back at EJ. I mean, seriously, Kristen? You hire a traumatized, unstable teenager who just got out of Bayview to do your dirty work, and then you accidentally confess to the victim? It is sloppy. It is so sloppy. And Johnny's not going to just sit on this information. He's going to march right over to his father and tell EJ everything before the week is over. And when EJ finds out that his sister tried to murder his son, oh, it is going to be a bloodbath. EJ is going to unleash his wrath in a way we haven't seen in years. We already know EJ is going to kidnap Kristen and lock her away, and honestly, she brought it entirely on herself. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. She crossed a line that you just don't cross. You don't go after Johnny, and poor Johnny has enough on his plate right now. Which brings me to Chanel. My heart just aches for Chanel. She is pregnant, she has a malignant breast cancer tumor, and she is absolutely terrified. But today, she actually gets to feel the love. Lani's back in town, and she and Theo come together to support Chanel. It's such a beautiful, quiet moment in the middle of all this DiMera and Price family chaos. Lani and Theo just being there for her, holding her hand, reminding her that she is not alone in this fight. It's exactly what Chanel needs right now, because Johnny's been a nervous wreck, Paulina is a total emotional disaster over Abe, and Chanel has just been carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Seeing Lani back on screen is great, but the circumstances are just so sad. I really hope Chanel and the baby are going to be okay, but with July sweeps coming up, I am terrified for her. Now, let's pivot to the younger crowd, because things are getting incredibly messy at the Horton Cabin. Holly, Jonas, and Tate Black decide they need some alone time. They want to get away from the drama, away from the Sophia tragedy, away from Amy Choi screaming in their faces about manslaughter. So they head to the cabin. Romantic, right? Wrong. Because nothing ever goes according to plan in Salem, suddenly Ariana and Aaron Green show up and completely crash the party. They just barge in, interrupting Tate and Holly's attempt at a romantic getaway. It's awkward, it's annoying, but it gets so much worse. Holly is spiraling. She has been carrying so much guilt over Sophia's presumed death. She told Sophia she wished she was dead, and then Sophia left that suicide note blaming Holly. That is a massive burden for a teenager to carry. So Sarah prescribed Holly some new antidepressants to help her cope with the anxiety and the trauma. And Sarah specifically warned her, Sarah is a brilliant doctor. When she gives you a prescription and looks you in the eye and says, "Do not drink on these," you listen to her. But teenagers think they are invincible. What does Holly do? She goes to the cabin, gets frustrated by the interruption, and decides to go against Sarah's warning. I don't know if she does it on purpose because she just wants to numb the pain, or if she's just being a careless teenager and genuinely forgets the warning. But she mixes the alcohol with her new antidepressants, and it is going to be a disaster. The spoilers say she's going to collapse by the campfire. Just imagine the panic. Tate is going to be freaking out. Ari and Aaron won't know what to do. Holly is already in so much trouble with the pills, and now she is having a massive medical emergency out in the middle of nowhere. Why do these kids never listen? It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. You want to scream at the screen, "Put the cup down, Holly," but she doesn't, and now she is going to pay the price. So yeah, Thursday's episode is going to be an emotional roller coaster. We have Abe and Paulina crying over what used to be, EJ playing Frankenstein with his sister, Kristen digging her own grave with Johnny, Chanel facing her mortality, and Holly literally collapsing in the woods. I am exhausted just talking about it, but I'll be glued to the screen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you Team Paulina or Team Lexie? Do you think Kristen deserves what EJ is going to do to her? Let's chat.